So, for those watching, we're talking to Allison today. She is going to break down her experience inside and kind of just walk us through, what it was like working with my team and going through the program. So, Allison, just give everybody an idea. What do you do for work and where are you located at?
I'm located in Ohio, like northwest part.
Mm.
And I'm a part-time dispatcher. I'm in school part-time. I quit my full-time job to do that and just hanging out, trying to get a job soon.
I feel that. So, for you, like on the fitness side of things, where were you at right before you jumped into work with us?
Well, I enjoyed working out, but I never really had like a purpose for working out. So when I started at the police academy, we have some type of entry level exam and then we have a final exam that we have to do. And I just was really afraid that without some type of consistency and some type of outside motivation, um, that I wasn't going to achieve what I felt like I could. I
Mm.
definitely was not a runner, and I still can't say that it's like my favorite thing in the world, but it's definitely something that I've learned to enjoy in small segments and to just prove to myself that I can do something that's hard, that I had never
Yeah.
done before.
Yeah, awesome. And did you try anything beforehand too, or were you mostly doing stuff on your own, like when it came to your own goals?
I had pretty much tried everything, Weight Watchers, Beyond Body, like, just tracking my own calories, doing those type of things. And then I was like, none of this is working for me specifically, just being so busy and, feeling like I have to be exactly with these points and, work out 2 hours a day. Like that's not feasible for someone, in this line of work or in these, first responder like ideas. So I
Mm.
think like when I scrolled across this, I was like, wow, this is going to be for me, like specifically.
Yeah, awesome. And for you, like, what was the main driver when you stepped in? Because I know you was more like I know you're talking about like reaching goals and just having like a plan of action. But for you, what did you kind of want to accomplish? And talking about the police academy too. Like, was there anything you were kind of like working on there?
Besides just being able to pass my general PT, I very much wanted to be like going into law enforcement as a female. Like I'm not super skinny, I'm not, like a twig, but I want to be able to handle myself out on the street when I need to.
Hmm.
And being able to move my body and be strong in my body and feel confident in what I'm doing was very important to me. And I felt like the only way to do that was to make that investment and have someone like help me achieve that goal.
Awesome. So for you, like any results, transformations you've seen so far working inside with us?
Well, I've never seen my collarbone before, and I know that's like super weird, but but like that's super cool. And I'm actually starting to see like definition in my arms, and like my legs have started to tone
Hmm.
up really well. Um, I've lost like inches in my stomach and in my waist, so my clothes started to fit better. And I just overall felt and still am continuing to feel just stronger as a
Hmm.
female. I don't, want to turn into the Hulk, but I feel like I can carry myself.
Yeah, yeah, I know too. We were just talking about like nutrition and things like that. So, how do you feel like with your education on that now compared to when you stepped in to the program?
I definitely was under that normal female idea that like less is more, so like eat less and you're gonna lose more weight, and wasn't understanding that like I needed to eat to fuel my body to actually do things. The past 16 weeks, I've been eating more than I've ever ate in years and
Hmm.
feel so much better. I have the ideas and recipes and just that like new mindset of how to use fuel in a positive way and not have to look at it like as a negative thing.
Hmm.
Like what can I add to my meal instead of take away so that I can still eat what I want? And just do things in moderation. Like I still eat pizza. I don't eat it every
Hmm.
day. Like it's all about that, which is super cool.
Yeah, that's what I always tell people. That's the what would they kind of call it? It's the lie that they tell you in all it's the weight loss industry. They've been trying to keep us small and
Yeah.
tiny and frail for all these years,
Yeah.
and we're breaking out of it. Suppose you have to with these jobs. You
Yeah.
can't survive on under eating on a 12-hour shift. You're just not going to feel good at the end of the day, and then you can't get your workout in. It's just not worth it. So
Right.
yeah. Cool. So for you, like, how'd you feel about the value inside? I mean, I know we talked about like this being an investment in yourself and wanting that help, but since you came in and stepped inside, how did you feel? Like it was like investment wise, was it worth kind of putting money into the program to kind of get you where you wanted to be?
Absolutely. I've actually had a lot of people ask me that because they are curious, like how much
Mm-hmm.
how much was this, or,
Yeah.
what do you get out of it? Oh, is it only like nutrition?
Yeah.
And when I show them and explain to them everything that I get out of the program, they're just like blown away that like, wow, that's really worth,
Mm-hmm.
the money. To me, it wasn't really the money. It was understanding that I was making an investment in myself and in my future,
Mm-hmm.
just within my career and those type of things. Um, and the idea that everything's kind of tailored to you and what you need, and nutrition and like the physical part of it is, I mean, like that alone to me was worth it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's always the biggest part. And it's always the scariest part for most people, is making the investment in themselves. And at the end of the day, like our job isn't to kick you guys to the curb and make you feel like you just, bought a PDF and we're like, all right, see you later.
Yeah.
We want to make sure you're getting education, you're getting the help and the support. So I know you're with Coach Lisa too. So how was she, in terms of like response and, education? She also ran police academies before too, so like that's another reason why we put you with her. But do you feel like it was good working with someone with that experience?
Absolutely. She had, I mean, like she told great stories, which was always great,
Yeah.
and like life experience. And if I needed something midweek or, whenever, she always replied to me super fast.
Hmm.
Any question I ever had, she had an answer and gave me multiple things to try.
Hmm.
Um, I had remembered that I felt, in my first couple weeks, I was like, man, I feel really bloated. Like I'm getting my water in. I'm like, what do I do? And she, gave me like two or three options. Like, you can try adding this or try doing this. And we figured out how to fix it right away.
Hmm.
So just having that person there to bounce ideas off and discuss things with, to just enhance the program and your success, was super great. Like she was very personable. I just love her. She's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, we love having her on the team too. Like that's what I mean. Like finding these type of women to add to my team, where it was a huge component of what I was looking for because they get it, they understand, and at the end of the day, they know how to make things work for you based around your shifts and everything like that. So, last question for you. Best piece of advice you'd give somebody. Maybe they're scrolling on Instagram. Maybe they're kind of on the fence. I don't know if you were on the fence beforehand before jumping in. I don't know if you were on the fence beforehand before jumping in. But if you're talking to that person, what would you kind of tell them based on your experience? Like, do you think it would be like a solid program for them to come jump into?
Yeah. So when I actually scrolled across this on social media, I wanted to take the plunge and got scared and backed out. And then it popped up again like a couple months later. And I had just quit my
Hmm.
job, started like got into the police academy. And I was like, you know what? It's now or never. Um,
Hmm.
the only way to make a change is just to do it. And that doesn't mean that you have to change overnight or you have to change in a week. You just show up every day, and even if you change for the better 1% every day, you're still showing up and you're still making that difference in your own life.
Hmm.
And that's what matters. And I think people forget that their life is important and they only get one body. So treat it the way that, you know,
Yeah.
it needs to be treated, and just work hard, and don't be afraid to just take the plunge.
Love that. Love that. Well, for anyone watching, again, like, my DMs are always open. If you guys ever want to jump and have some questions, we always do a consultation too. So that way we can make sure we're going to help you specifically. Because I always tell people we just send you like a link to join. It's not the same. Yeah, I'm sure, like, I don't know if you've ever tried any programs like that, but uh, at the end of the day, like our goal is to make sure we can help you kind of come up with a strategy, break down what it would look like, and really give you guys the ins and outs of what we do. So that way we can ensure we help you. But again, Allison, thanks for one, trusting us in this process. It is scary to come across something on Instagram. So thanks for taking the leap with us. And like I said, if anyone has any questions, just reach out. Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you.